hopefully that's all understood. Let's get on to the next one now. Basically, what we're looking at now is the goals of this program. Okay, what are we trying to do with this whole fluid motion program? Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to access what you already own. Makes sense? We're not trying to get a great swing. We're not trying to create a great swing. We're just trying to access what you already own. You know you're able to do it, but you just can't access it every time. With this program, we'll teach you how to access it. Okay? Your priorities are going to be, let's put that in red. Priorities. Okay, first one, you want to access the fluid motion factor. Correct? Right. Second one we want to do is we want to bury the DNA goal. Now, just a quick word on the DNA goal. Any sport has a DNA goal in it. Probably a very easy one to explain would be basketball. You don't stand in front of a hoop with a basketball in your hand and say, what am I supposed to do with this now? The DNA goal is to get that ball through that hoop and score. Soccer, you stand in front of a goal mouth, you don't think, oh, what must I do with this now? The DNA goal is there, embedded in the sport. You've got to put that ball in the back of the net. With golf, it's hitting a fairway, hitting the green, getting a ball in the hole. Those are DNA goals in the sport. Now, the moment, the deeper you can bury those, the less you think about them. They're there. You know what you do. You don't need reminding of it. Just put it in the back of your mind. Put it deep down, back of your mind. Bury it. As soon as you can do that, you'll find you have it. Keep it below the surface, well down below the surface. You'll find it much easier to achieve it. Okay. The third thing is, with this DNA goal, have you ever thought about the second, it's called the second shot syndrome? Basically, where you play a shot and it's ugly. It doesn't go where you wanted it to go. You're way off target, and you're way short of target. In frustration, you pull another ball out of your pocket, drop it down on the ground, and you just hit it. And it goes exactly where you wanted it to go, and you end up 3 inches from the pin. Has that happened to you before? It certainly happened to me. It's a very common occurrence. The third thing we want to just add there is basically there are 4 paradigm shifts. Paradigm is your way of thinking, basically the manner in which you think. Normally I wouldn't go into paradigm shifts until we've been out on the range and we've hit some balls, but for the purpose of this video, and this video is basically for you Stephen, the paradigm shifts are basically, first one is you're not trying to access, or you're not trying to create a good swing. Creating a good swing. All you're trying to do is, as I said, your access is going to try and access what you already own. Okay. Second paradigm swing is second paradigm thought is a good swing does not break down. what does happen is your ability to access that swing. Okay, that good swing is there. It's in your basal ganglia where we discussed it earlier. What's breaking down is just your ability to access that again. Okay, the third paradigm shift is you need to practice. Oops, sorry. Whenever you're practicing, use fluid motion factor. You'll find it gets easier and easier and easier to use, and it gets more and more automatic to use it when you're on the golf course if you practice using it. And you'll be surprised at the quality of your practice, how good the quality of your practice is. Okay, the fourth paradigm shift is, I'll just write it here as abstraction. Okay, the more abstract your method of evaluating fluid motion, the more chance you've got of accessing a fluid motion. If you're going to put it in if you're going to assess it in an orderly fashion, you're going to battle to access it. But if you assess it very abstractly, you'll find it's much easier to basically to access fluid motion. In fluid motion, abstraction is really important. It's well worth trying to achieve that total abstraction. That doesn't sound right, but I think you know what I mean. It's being as abstract as you can with everything you do when you're on the golf course, and you'll find it'll be much easier to access fluid motion. Great, I hope that explains it and it's clear enough for you.